KPCD 666 Cape Radio. Talk, news, and tunes for locals. Coming to you live from the tip of Route 6.
KPCD 666 Cape Radio.
The lobster traps are set. The doors are locked. And the red light is on. Welcome to Wednesday night's Provincetown Hour with Rose Flynn. Just kidding, JK. Almost had you there, didn't I? Okay, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. We only put on that kind of show for the summer tourists. Wintertime residents, they don't need all that. Okay, let's get started, shall we? To kick off the show, allow me to share a piece of Provincetown history. Today, I want to tell you about Provincetown's own Norman Mailer. Novelist, journalist, artist, dramatist, activist. This man was a master of his craft. Mailer once called us the freest town in America. He said P-Town is the place, and I quote, where people can go and find out what they're really made of. So true, Mr. Mailer. Especially when it's open mic night at the Muse. You'd know a little something about that, right, Stephen? That's right, folks. Please welcome traffic and weather correspondent Stephen St. Leroy.
Very funny, Rose.
How's that weather out there, my friend?
Well, it was another beautiful day on the Cape, with temperatures in the 40s and air crisp and clean. Tomorrow we can expect blue skies and a low of 34 with a high of 49. Expect high tide at 3:19 a.m. and 3:33 p.m., low tide at 9:15 a.m. and 9:59 p.m. Do you want to caution any beach walkers to pay close mind to their surroundings at high tide? We're getting reports of drownings up and down the shore and even some great white attacks.
Shark attacks? Wouldn't that be, like, all over the news?
Well, Rose, if you really knew this town, you'd know this is pretty standard behavior in the winter. But that's okay. Leave the news to the pros. Don't swim alone, folks. This has been Stephen St. Leroy.
Oops. Now what's next? Okay. Oh, calling in today is a town elder who is really a Provincetown icon. Garrett Gursky landed in P-Town a long time ago and has been taking care of us ever since.
Why, hello, Rose. This is Garrett Gursky calling. Town elder.
Yeah, I just said that. I did a whole intro and everything. Okay, anyway, I hear you have an announcement from the council today.
I've come to drop a little PSA on loitering, Rose. The council is quite concerned about the volume of loiterers in the evenings on Commercial Street. Now, come July, if you boys want to get down after dark, I get it. I've done it all. But come winter, this town has rules. Families live here. We're looking out for your sad faces roaming our streets, and we will be writing citations.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are just folks on a nighttime stroll, Garrett.
Well, this town attracts a much different type of night walker in the cold months, dear.
Ooh, love a little town gossip. Well, we will keep our eyes peeled. Thank you so much for calling in, Gar.
It's Garrett, dear. And listeners, I expect each and every one of you at Town Hall next week.
Who would miss that? Highlight of my week. People, that brings us to tonight's police report. Let's get Sherry Levins on the line.
Rose?
Sherry? Hey, did you hear that last caller? Do you think more of those stragglers you mentioned last night are making their way into...
Tonight's message comes from a few towns over, with a report of a missing person. Male, Caucasian, middle-aged. This likely has no bearing on our town limits, but I'm required to disseminate this report.
So, we have a missing person, rumors of loiterers in the town. I don't know. Something smells pretty fishy to me, Sherry. Hey, does it have to do with the black market pharmaceuticals? A drug deal gone bad?
Please calm yourself. This is likely another drowning. They're sadly quite common this year. No lifeguards on duty when the wind chill is below 30.
Wouldn't they wash up, though?
If they're not eaten by sharks first. Listen, these mentions of loitering and potential drug-related activities are merely exaggerated town gossip. If you hear such things, please do report them directly to Chief Burleson rather than to, at no offense, a stand-in AM talk radio host.
Okay, I'm gonna ignore that. But Sherry, if I could be so bold, these reports are coming directly from those affected.
And any incidents occurring in town are just from passers through. These folks do not stick around, and they certainly do not dwell in large numbers.
Wait, I did notice a weird... Well, I think it was... I don't know what it was, but it was walking by the studio on my way in. Wait, what if these numbers are increasing? Sherry, I read that when a town has a drug crisis, it could attract all different kinds of...
Rose, you know who this town attracts? Some of our greatest living minds. They write books here, author plays, create works of art. Unfortunately, some write television here. We do not attract lowlives. We attract genius.
Oh my god! Steve, do you see that? That person... What is in the window?
God, don't be dramatic. I'm sure it's fine. I'll send someone over.
Yeah. Sherry, let's do that. Literally, why is he just staring?
Cut to commercial, Rose. Surely your few listeners don't need this type of false alarm on their evening drives.
Can you just... Jesus Christ, okay. We will be right back. Literally, what the fuck?
Looking for a house to call home this off-season? Provincetown Rentals is overflowing with inventory, and while the tourists are away, the Victorians will accept half the pay. We have charming Sea Vista properties, delightful inland cottages, and cozy apartments in town. From nurseries to office spaces, there's something for everyone. So pop by Provincetown Rentals on Carver and see why a special few call these winter months the best time on the Cape.
KPCD 666 Cape Radio. Talk, news, and tunes for locals. Coming to you live from the tip of Route 6.
KPCD 666 Cape Radio.
Кстати, Вашингтон, automatically